They didn't just cross paths. They collided with years of unspoken feelings, unresolved pain, and memories that never really faded. The moment Belly and Conrad lock eyes in the Season 3, Episode 7 trailer, it's like time folds in on itself. The summer sun, the ocean breeze, the quiet tension, everything in the background fades, leaving only them in focus. You can almost feel the weight in the air, as if every choice they made before this moment has led them here. And while the world sees it as a reunion, you can sense it's more than that. It's the spark of something that could either heal every wound or break them beyond repair. In the trailer, their meeting isn't loud or dramatic in the traditional sense. It's the silence that hits hardest. They're standing just a few feet apart, but the emotional distance is still huge. Conrad's expression is guarded, as if he's unsure whether to let his guard down while Belly's eyes search his face for the boy she used to know. The scene takes place near the beach house porch, a place that holds so many of their happiest and most heartbreaking memories. The choice of location is no accident. It's a callback to their beginnings, and for longtime fans, it instantly stirs up nostalgia. The music swells softly in the background, a tender piano note carrying the scene, making every glance and pause feel more intimate. This isn't just a casual meetup. It's a collision of past and present, layered with everything unsaid. As the camera lingers, you notice the smallest details telling the biggest story. Conrad's hand twitches slightly, like he wants to reach out but holds himself back. Breath catches, the kind you only notice if you're looking closely. It's these micro moments that speak volumes, showing us they're both still caught in each other's gravity, no matter how much time or hurt has passed. The lighting is golden, almost dreamlike, which could be the show's way of hinting that this is a turning point. And yet underneath the warmth, there's a subtle tension, as though they both know that letting this spark ignite could unravel everything they've worked to rebuild in their separate lives. By the end of this brief exchange in the trailer, nothing has been said outright, but the emotional stakes are crystal clear. This is the kind of scene that rewrites the energy of a whole season. Fans who have been waiting for Belly and Conrad to reconnect will feel the pull instantly, but they'll also sense that this reunion isn't pure romance. It's complicated. It's fragile. It's setting the stage for major drama that will ripple through every relationship in the show. The question now isn't just whether they'll get back together, but whether they can survive what happens next. Asterisk, the setting of their reunion in the Episode 7 trailer feels like it was pulled straight from the heart of the series, familiar yet charged with a new kind of tension. The porch of the beach house, bathed in the late afternoon sun, carries the weight of summers past. You can almost hear echoes of old laughter mixed with the quiet moments they once shared there. The choice of time, that golden hour when the light is soft but shadows are long, gives the scene a bittersweet glow. It's beautiful, but it's also a reminder that light doesn't last forever. This isn't just a backdrop. It's a silent character in the moment, holding the history of Belly and Conrad's connection. The trailer captures their physical stillness, but there's a storm brewing in the smallest gestures. Conrad leans slightly on the porch railing, a subtle move that says he's trying to steady himself. Ellie shifts her weight from one foot to the other, not out of impatience, but because she can feel the gravity of the moment pulling at her. The breeze carries strands of her hair across her face, and for a brief second, he almost reaches out. Almost. That hesitation speaks louder than any words could. It's a hesitation born of knowing that once you cross that invisible line, there's no going back. The sound design plays a crucial role here too. You hear the distant crash of waves, a soft soundtrack that mirrors the undercurrent of their emotions. Over it, the music is delicate, a simple guitar string pluck that leaves space for the silence between them. It's as if the show wants you to sit in that silence, to feel the unease, the yearning, the questions neither of them dares to voice. Every element, from the camera's slow zoom to the careful lighting, is designed to make you feel like you're intruding on something private. This part of the trailer also hides small visual cues for fans paying attention. On the porch, table behind them sits a single coffee mug, a detail that might mean one of them had been there long before the other arrived. The old wind chime sways gently, a callback to a Season 1 moment where a similar breeze blew during one of their first heart-to-heart talks. These choices aren't random. They're layered with meaning, hinting that what's happening here isn't just a one-off meeting. It's the beginning of something that's been quietly building all along. And now the air is thick with the possibility that this could either be their reconciliation or their undoing. Jeremiah's presence in the love triangle has always been complicated. But in the episode 7 trailer, that complication explodes into something far more dangerous. The moment he catches even a glimpse of Belly and Conrad reconnecting, his entire demeanor shifts. It's not just jealousy, it's the sting of betrayal. The silent realization that history has a way of circling back no matter how much you try to change the ending. The camera doesn't need him to speak for us to understand. The flicker in his eyes says it all. In that split second, you can almost see the memories of last summer flooding back, when he thought his bond with Belly was unshakable. Now, that certainty cracks. What makes Jeremiah's reaction so gripping is how the trailer frames it. He's not storming over or causing an immediate scene. Instead, we see him at a distance, half hidden behind the screen door, watching. It's the kind of quiet observation that feels more dangerous than yelling because it means he's processing, calculating, deciding what this means for him and for them. His posture is stiff, his jaw set tight. This isn't just the hurt of a guy watching the girl he loves look at someone else. It's the deep, unspoken fear that maybe she never really stopped looking at Conrad in the first place. The trailer then cuts to a brief but telling shot Jeremiah walking away from the porch and into the kitchen, his hand clenching around a water glass until his knuckles whiten. It's a small detail, but it carries so much meaning. He's trying to cool himself down, to avoid saying something in the heat of the moment that he can't take back. But in doing so, he's also isolating himself, setting the stage for tension to build. The soft background score fades here, letting the quiet hum of the fridge and the creak of the floorboards amplify the stillness. It's the kind of silence that feels heavy with the weight of choices yet to be made. This reaction isn't just about jealousy. It's about the core of Jeremiah's identity in this story. He's always been the dependable one, the safe choice, the person who wears his heart on his sleeve. But watching this scene in the trailer, you can sense a shift, as if this emotional blow could push him into darker, more unpredictable territory. Because in this kind of love triangle, it's never just about who ends up with who. It's about how the fight for love changes the people involved. Jeremiah's next move could be the catalyst that turns this reunion into the most explosive conflict of the season. The beauty of episode 7's trailer lies in the details you might miss if you're not watching closely, the kind of subtle clues that say more than the dialogue ever could. One of the most striking elements is the recurring imagery of the ocean. In several shots, the water isn't calm, it's restless, with waves crashing harder than usual. In this show, the ocean has always been a mirror for the characters' emotions, and here it's almost as if the sea itself knows a storm is brewing. It's not just a romantic backdrop anymore, it's a warning, a reminder that the tide can shift in an instant. Another clue comes from the porch itself. Longtime fans will remember that this porch has been the stage for some of the most pivotal conversations between Belly and Conrad, from their first moments of genuine connection to the painful distance that followed. In this trailer, there's a specific camera angle that frames them, with the porch swaying slowly in the corner. That swing hasn't moved in episodes, but here it's swaying on its own, as though something unseen has been stirred up. Whether intentional or not, it's a haunting little symbol of change in the air. The wardrobe choices also seem deliberate. Belly wears a soft blue dress, a shade that calls back to Season 1's innocence, while Conrad is in a muted gray shirt, a tone that suggests caution and uncertainty. These color choices may not seem important at first, but in visual storytelling, they matter. Blue has always been associated with calm and sincerity in the series, while gray signals emotional hesitation. It's a quiet reminder that while she might be ready to step forward, he's still holding back. Then there's the blink and to miss it moment inside the beach house, a framed photo on the hallway table, slightly out of focus, but you can make out a younger Belly, Conrad, and Jeremiah, all smiling. The placement of this shot feels purposeful, as if the show is reminding us of what's at stake. It's not just for Belly and Conrad, but for the entire dynamic that's held this story together from the start. that photo is more than nostalgia. It's a silent question. If these two rekindle their romance, what happens to the third person in that frame? Even the soundtrack hints at deeper layers. Toward the end of the trailer, the soft piano theme from earlier fades into a melancholy guitar riff. Fans of the series will recognize it as a slowed-down version of a season. To song that played during one of Belly and Conrad's most bittersweet scenes, it's a subtle but deliberate callback, suggesting that what's about to unfold may not be the fairy tale reunion some are hoping for. Every shot, every sound, every prop feels like a breadcrumb leading to a bigger reveal, one that promises the kind of emotional twist that will leave fans counting the days until the episode drops. Asterisk. What makes the Episode 7 trailer so gripping is that it refuses to let Belly and Conrad's reunion exist in a bubble. Just as the emotional pull between them starts to take center stage, the footage begins dropping hints that the outside world is ready to crash in hard. In one quick cut, you see Laurel, Belly's mom, watching from the kitchen window. Expression isn't angry, but it's tight, measured, like someone who knows exactly how fragile this situation is. Laurel has been through enough to understand that love can be both a comfort and a disaster, and her quiet observation feels like a warning that this reunion could reopen wounds far beyond just the two people standing on that porch. Then there's Steven, Belly's brother, whose quick shot in the trailer says more than words could, is mid-conversation with someone off camera, gesturing sharply, his voice muted but his body language urgent. It's a reminder that the people around Belly and Conrad are not passive characters. They're directly impacted by whatever unfolds. The cousins' beach circle is small, and when something shakes one part of it, the ripples hit everyone. This reunion isn't just a matter of romance. It's a catalyst for shifting alliances, awkward dinners, and conversations that could split the group into camps. The trailer also hints at a bigger non-romantic conflict looming. A scene flashes briefly showing Susanna's old room, the door ajar, with packed boxes visible inside. Fans will remember that Susanna's legacy has always been a thread that ties these characters together. And seeing her things boxed up suggests that the family is preparing for a major change, maybe even selling the beach house. If that's true, the stakes are instantly higher. It's no longer just about who ends up with who. It's about the potential loss of the place that has been the heart of their memories. Even the tone of the trailer shifts during these moments. The warm, nostalgic lighting of the reunion scenes gives way to cooler, sharper hues in these quick glimpses of conflict. The soundtrack changes to trading soft piano for a low, pulsing beat, as if to remind us that, while love may be the hook, the drama is layered. By threading these outside pressures into the same narrative space as the romantic spark, the trailer makes one thing clear. This episode won't just test Belly and Conrad's feelings for each other. It will test their ability to navigate a web of relationships, obligations, and changes that could alter Cousins Beach forever. The Episode 7 trailer makes it clear this isn't just another chapter in Belly and Conrad's love story. A turning point that could redefine the entire season. From the moment their eyes meet, you can sense the weight of everything unspoken, pressing down on them. This is the kind of reunion that doesn't just change how two people feel about each other, it reshapes the dynamics of everyone in their orbit. The emotional stakes are sky high because the timing couldn't be more dangerous. They're standing at the edge of the season's climax, where every decision will echo into the finale. And there's no room left for hesitation. One of the most telling shots in the trailer comes toward the end, a slow pan across Conrad's face as he watches Belly walk away after their conversation. His expression is unreadable, but his eyes tell the truth. This reunion has pulled something out of him that he thought he'd buried. It's a flicker of hope mixed with the fear of being hurt again. Belly's parallel shot mirrors that complexity. She's smiling faintly, but her shoulders are tense, like she's already bracing for the fallout. This duality is the heartbeat of the episode, the push and pull between what they want and what they're afraid of losing. The tension is amplified by the trailer's pacing. Scenes start cutting faster, Belly and Jeremiah in a heated discussion, Conrad alone on the beach at night, Laurel on the phone with someone whose voice we can't hear. These fragments are strung together like pieces of a puzzle that fans will desperately try to solve before the episode airs. It's not just about whether Belly chooses Conrad or Jeremiah. It's about what that choice means for their friendships, their families, and the fragile piece they've been holding on to since last summer, by teasing these moments without giving away the resolution. The trailer leaves viewers with the sense that Episode 7 could be the emotional tipping point for the whole season. If Belly and Conrad choose to move forward together, they'll have to face the anger, jealousy, and heartbreak that will follow. If they pull apart again, it might not just end their story, it could fracture the group beyond repair. Either way, the decisions made here are the kind that stick, shaping not just the finale, but the legacy of this season. And that's why the emotional stakes have never been higher, because love in Cousins Beach has always been as dangerous as it is beautiful. Asterisk every frame of the episode. 7 trailer feels like it's counting down to something big, not just for Belly and Conrad, but for everyone in Cousins Beach. The final moments are where the tension hits its peak. The trailer fades to a slow-motion shot of Belly turning her head one last time, eyes locking on Conrad as if to say everything she can't put into words. Then, without warning, the screen cuts to black, leaving only the sound of waves crashing. That silence is deafening, and it's deliberate. It forces you to sit in that uncertainty, to feel the ache of questions left unanswered. But it's not just the romance the trailer leaves hanging. In the closing seconds, we see quick, fragmented flashes, Jeremiah standing on the pier under a stormy sky, Laurel slamming a drawer shut, Stephen pacing outside the beach house, and Conrad tossing a set of keys onto a table with more force than necessary. These shots are only seconds long, but they're loaded with implication. Each one hints that whatever happens next won't be a quiet aftermath. It will be a chain reaction. The reunion may have been the spark, but Episode 8 could be the wildfire. The final text card in the trailer doesn't soften the blow. 2 episodes left flashes on screen in bold white letters. It's not just an announcement, it's a promise. It's a promise that the next hour will push every character to their limit, and that there's no going back once the choices are made. For longtime fans, this is the moment you realize the story is hurtling toward its most emotionally charged climax yet, by ending on that high of suspense. The trailer doesn't just tease Episode 7, it turns it into a must-watch event. Viewers aren't just wondering if Belly and Conrad will finally find their way back to each other. They're wondering what and who will be left standing when the dust settles. And that's what makes this build-up so electric. The knowledge that the answers we've been waiting for are finally within reach. But the cost of those answers could change everything we thought we knew about this summer.